Today, we're on a tour. A tour. Yeah, it's a tour day. Woo-hoo, a tour day. Yeah. Tour day. Today, we'll be a tour to another beautiful city. Wow, yeah. Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get the best experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Heather.
And the greatest driver.
Titus.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Heather.
owes me $5.
Oh.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yeah, let's go over some safety here as we get going. First, if you need guest assistance or you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or you got any sound or video issues, you can reach up, grab the red E-cord, runs along the center and the ceiling of the tram. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated, keeping arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use the red cord above your head if you need any assistance. This studio is private property, so if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, you can pull the cord, then you gotta remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today will feature loud noises, fire and water effects, you may get wet, and sudden tram movements, so remain seated and hold on. For your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while on board the tram. As we head down the hill, a couple things you can see on the right, all of Super Nintendo World out there. It's a little bit of 10. I'll show you where they filmed that, so we'll see that in just a moment. Now, we work with a lot of big creators, writers, directors, production teams, so we'll end up with a bungalow here to our left side. These bungalows are where the development part of the process is happening. And this is the first part, right? This is when you look at a book or script and you decide, how are we going to adapt this for screen? Is it going to be a limited series, a feature film? We might be talking to directors or offering it out to big actors. So we might have meetings happening in here. A lot of the decision making is happening in these bungalows. So a lot of big names in entertainment. Illumination Entertainment, our animation arm, of course, they do the Minions movies, and they have Super Mario Galaxy movie out in theaters right now. We got names like Kevin Williamson, responsible for all the Scream movies. He did Dawson's Creek and Vampire Diaries on TV. He has an office back here. We got Mark Platt Productions back here. Big production house. They produce our Wicked films. Wicked for good. In fact, you can see a Wicked ball just outside their office. Malcolm D. Lee's Blackmail Productions is here. He did a movie I love called Girls Trip years ago. He's right next door to Alfred Hitchcock's old office, 5195. So you see his profile beside the door there. Hitchcock did a lot of his movies here, Psycho and the Birds among them. He also did his TV show, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, here for many years. We have a couple TV producers with offices here, Justin Spitzer, Eric Legend. They did Superstore for us, and now they're working on a show that just films to our left here. It is called St. Denis Medical.
Welcome to St. Denis Medical Center. St. Denis Regional Medical.
I have access to some really good stuff, and I will...
Oh, man. How was the test?
Like the Avengers, you know.
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
I almost don't want to get better.
Pale, kind of blotchy. It's the other one.
Oh my God, that's much worse. Wow.
So funny. They are coming back for their third season. We are very excited to get them back on the lot for filming. Now, we're crossing right now into the back lot of the studio. So the back lot houses large-scale exterior locations, like our beautiful Metropolitan set. You can see it to our right. It's my favorite section of the lot because it's gorgeous big city streets. We have back alleyways. We have buildings that are hotels and shops and restaurants. You can change the signs, the traffic signals, the light poles here to create any time period you want as well. We got the outdoor hospital set for St. Denis right there on the right. The park in the middle that played Central Park in a lot of episodes of the Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling. And we have the row of staircases that we call Brownstone Street. Let me show you what these look like on camera. The movie we put out a little over 20 years ago called Bruce Almighty.
Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good.
Dumpy! Yeah.
Well, you're done now. Great. B-E-A beautiful.
heading into a beautiful small town set right now that we call Courthouse Square, but you might still recognize this area as Hill Valley from Back to the Future. That's right. This is the clock tower building on our left side. This whole area played Hill Valley. Remember, 3 different time periods. They started in 1985, and Marty goes back to 1955. Then they go to the future in the second movie, which, by the way, was 2015. These movies starred Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson. They're a little over 40 years old. The first one came out in 85. We've had this area for a lot longer than that. It was used for To Kill a Mockingbird in the 60s with Gregory Peck. You'll see that right here. It was also used in a movie called Gremlins, which is kind of a Christmas classic. It was played at Kingston Falls. It was used in the CBS series Ghost Whisperer for all their seasons. It was Grandview for that. We used it in ABC's Desperate Housewives as well. It was downtown Fairview for that show. You can see what it looked like there in the second Back to the Future. And yeah, we dug out the middle of the grassy area and made it a little bit of a lake. They hoverboarded over it, you remember. They covered the clock tower in glass. So yeah, we could change all the buildings to fit the time period, the location, whatever the production needs. And look at this, we're going small town to downtown. As we turn the corner, the theater marquee here to our left, used for Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams music video. This big, long, beautiful street is the longest street we have on the lot for filming. And it's gorgeous because as a filmmaker, you can come out here and do a huge tracking shot, following your main character literally from his hotel all the way down to maybe the bodega he's going in or the theater they're going in. Marvel used this for Amazing Spider-Man for a lot of scenes with Andrew Garfield. We used it for Hobbs and Shaw, which was a spin-off to the Fast and Furious films. So we did a big motorcycle chase scene here with Idris Elba and Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. So we had to create what looked like modern London on this street. A little more recently, Amazon came here for Spider Noir. If you haven't seen the trailer, check it out. Nicolas Cage is going to be in this, and it's going to be all set in the 1930s. Well, guess where it filmed? Right here on what we call New York Street, which is because this often plays the Big Apple on camera.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Yes, it all pretty Crafty.
Yeah. There are a couple things here that make this a set, not an actual city. One, the brick is all made out of plastic. It's made in our mill just down the street. There's no real brick on any of these buildings. So the stonework is typically plaster. Sometimes we put a little bit of an overlay on it, kind of like a wallpaper. So we can, the marble-looking columns over there on the right, that's wallpaper basically. We can peel that off. And you might notice some of the buildings don't go back very far. This one here, I love this for lease sign. The square footage is not really correct because I don't know if you can tell, you can see the back wall there from the front door. So typically we use these mostly for exterior filming. Some of them have some capability and they are practical on the inside. But we're going to take a little detour right now from the Metropolitan set. Head up the hill. Really cool. Now up the hill we have two older parts of our tour up here. Attractions that we used to do. Our collapsing bridge is up here, which
you up an adventure. And to me, Colin literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
All right, we're going to go right in. Make sure you stay seated for all of this. Please hold on tight to all loose items. We are going to throw you around quite a bit inside. We're about to take you back and put you in a scene from the movie King Kong. Welcome back to Skull Island. Once again, remain seated and hold on. No lights on cameras, please. No lights on cameras. Thank you. Some of your favorite Universal films.
Oh, wow. The new film. What awesome. Friday weekend. And it's fake.
Now, we almost always when they're filming here in the metro sets, which we're back in here for a second, they're using blue or green screen while they're filming, and that's using visual effects ultimately to create a bigger area. This is 4 acres, but it often has to look like the rest of a city. Like this area is playing San Francisco right now in a Netflix show called A Man on the Inside with Ted Danson. So we have to use blue screens in the background to create the rest of modern San Francisco for them. In fact, this cement wall was built in 2010, originally intended to use green screen. So they have hooks at the top. You can hang a big green screen off of it. They did that for Amazing Spider-Man when that was here in 2010. We did Transformers here in 2007. The end of the movie, they literally threw cars into the building. So, but that's, you know, what you can do here. It's all made out of wood and plastic and plaster. You can just kind of repair and replace everything once you're done. Something we will never replace. This is my favorite work of art here on the back lot. It's our monster mural on the right. Take a peek at this. This was painted for us by Tristan Eden. You can see him in action on your screens. Tristan Eden is a world-renowned graffiti artist. And we commissioned this to really be a cool tribute or homage to our monsters here at Universal. And he just did such a fabulous job. Obviously, some of our biggest monsters represented here, like Frankenstein, the Bride, Dracula. He literally embedded what, if you look at it, is almost the entire story of the film into each face. It's just such cool work. Now, across the way, we got another mural. The red V is for The Voice. The Voice films in stages 30 and 31, our big sound stages here. Now, we've had The Voice here for over 20 years, and we're currently on season 29 of The Voice. We actually have Kelly Clarkson, Adam Levine, and John Legend back as coaches for season 29. Season 28, we had Reba McEntire back as a coach, but she also does a show here called Happy's Place. Happy's Place films in stage 33. You can see their little mural there on the side of the stage. They also just got word they are coming back for a 3rd season.
Hey there, I'm Reba McEntire, and welcome to Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on Universal Live. Now, unlike most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you at Happy's Place.
We bring in a live studio audience for both Happy's Place and The Voice. You can always get tickets for these shows on a website. It's called oneiota.com, oneiota.com. The tickets are always free. And it is a really cool opportunity. If you've never gone to see a sitcom taping, I highly recommend it. You get to actually be part of the process if you're part of the audience. And I have a lot of guests that will go see Happy's Place, and they say it is so much fun. So we're in a little area of the lot with one of our most historic sets. It's Little Europe. It's mostly here kind of on our left side behind us here. This is what remains of the set we built originally in the 20s for monster movies. 1922, we constructed, it was about 19 acres back then, so huge village set for Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney. Eventually, this was used for the movie Frankenstein in 1931, Dracula just before that, and Bride of Frankenstein a couple years after that. These movies were humongous hits for us, launched us as a major player in the industry, and showed us that audiences absolutely love the horror genre. We're using Little Europe for a fun event right now called Universal Fan Fest Nights that I'll talk about a little bit later on in the tour, because right now we're going back inside, this time stage 50. So remain seated.
Go on, up and down.
Okay, I think it's not up there. Hold on.
It's the top.
disaster. Let's get out of there.
I don't know. I think it's going to be hard for us to go home now.
From monster movies to disaster films.
We need to take
A little
our
earthquake scene for you. That is our earthquake stage. That has been on the tour for a little over 36 years, since 1989.
Hiya,
Of
did it
Amity
shot?
Island.
Shot? Oh,
I'm going to throw
Amity.
Craftycorn in the water.
Perfect vacation spot. They do have a
Why
bit of
should
a
I?
shark problem, so we actually have a diver
Why
in the
should I,
water
Dad?
today. Oh, there he is. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Something else is out there.
Oh, smoke on the door?
Okay. Telling the diver to get back in the boat.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
trying to
sees
go
what's
away.
coming. Oh, it's George. George is one of our best divers, so I'm sure he has a plan, knows what to do in this situation.
Do not eat the shark! It's not even for the main miracle! What a bloody horror!
The water's red.
What? Why? Why did it throw the
We
cup out of
actually
water?
have shark bait attached to
plane.
the yellow barrel that's out there in the water. There we go, he took it.
Uh-oh! If it throw water!
Look at all that gasoline.
She throw water? Oh! I'm like a smoke! Like this! Fire! Current!
Uh-oh. He found us!
Shark? Make him go! Oh yeah, make him go! Make him go! Make him go! Make him go! It didn't make him go! It's not you, make him go!
I love it.
Close.
Now, why are you playing?
We can go home now.
Mechanical
Now,
shark.
why are you playing
Nice little
now?
taste of the movie Jaws.
We can go home now.
Why?
Jaws
What's
changed the
fun?
game for
I saw
modern cinema. It
everything I
came out
wanted to
in
see.
June of 1975, a little over 50 years ago. Jaws broke every established record, became the #1 movie of all time, and it really changed the trajectory of Steven Spielberg's career. Become really one of the greatest directors, most well-known after Jaws.
Is he playing me?
We ended up working with him to create this attraction for the tour. We
Mid
have a photo of this really awesome
I double plane.
Did you feel
The
how
Jaws
hot the
ride
fire
was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened
Hey,
in
I
June
want
of
to see the
1975.
nipples.
And that was really the
Why
first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
And up the hill out of Amity next to Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch here on your right side. It was Miss Mona's in the best little whorehouse in Texas. Dolly Parton, Burt Reynolds. And the house was also Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. We also have used it over and over again in production. In fact, our most popular neighborhood set is the one to our left. We actually have production in there right now. It's called Colonial Street. Colonial Street was used in things like The Burbs with Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher. Famously, it was Wisteria Lane in ABC's Desperate Housewives. We used it in the Netflix show Never Have I Ever, our show Ted. And currently, you can see it in this show. It's our Peacock series, The Burbs.
Welcome to Ashfield Place, the safest town in America. So, what's the deal with that Victorian house? There have been whispers of murder. Which one of us is the murderer?
So are we going to go in?
Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
It's really cute and quirky. And they just got word about a week ago they are getting a second season. And you got some here from things like Back to the Future, Flintstones, Fast and Furious, Transformers, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We got some Google Deals on here. A lot of people don't realize picture cars really actually add a sense of reality to whatever set you're working on. Otherwise, it looks just kind of like an empty set. They also just kind of help us with the action, like
That mommy.
the Ford that took Marion Crane to the Bates Motel one rainy night, and Alfred Hitchcock's movie Psycho.
The Hollywood sign. Uh-oh.
Who's that?
Don't stay at that motel. It's not safe.
Don't do that.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
What are you doing now?
Okay.
Ooh.
That's Norman.
Huh.
Norman Bates. It's okay. Norman actually manages the motel, so I'm sure he's just cleaning. Looks like he might be busy. Oh.
Is there a woman?
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, looks like he's helping her check out.
Is a woman. Hey, woman there now, Mid Morning.
Oh, hey, Norman. How's it going? We're on a tour. Nothing to worry about. No one saw anything, I'm sure. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no. It's a pro timer. Anyone. Watch out. Huh? Oh.
Narrowly escaping Norman Bates, only to head up the hill towards the Psycho house. This house is the original, built for the film, 1959. Been on the lot ever since. Psycho, considered by many to be one of the greatest horror films of all time. Starring Anthony Perkins, Jim Lee, Barry Miles. This house truly a piece of Hollywood history. Now, behind the Psycho house, we have quite the set. This plane crash set was put in place for the Paramount movie War of the Worlds. Directed by Steven Spielberg, this movie starred Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Justin Chadwick.
A plane crashing.
Airplane crash site set.
No, I want to go back home.
A set that is all designed around envision.
Ooh. Now, whenever I go back home. Now, I'm in the morning. Now, whenever I want to go back home.
Yeah, well, because it's just something you don't see.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'll go home.
I'm close.
Uh-oh. Woo.
Get in.
Nice look at the scene. Took them a few months to get the plane here. That was the biggest part of the process because they bought the plane from an airport out in the desert, had to truck each piece here on flatbeds, prop it up, and then build the set around it. So once they had the whole set built, they filmed here for roughly 2 weeks and then gave us the set for the tour. We've had it for years. We use it for Halloween Horror Nights. We also do rent this out for filming. So they used it for CSI, Community, America's Next Top Model. Ariana Grande used it for her short film Brighter Days Ahead a little more recently. We're less than 10 minutes away from the end of the tour, returning you to the theme park shortly. Once again, if you have an emergency, pull the cord. I'll be back to a celebration every event night. Take a look.
Okay, trivia players. What is Shaggy's catchphrase? Zoinks!
Here they are.
Mystery machine.
No way.
Step into a universe where immersive fandom comes alive. Universal Fan Fest Nights.
Tickets and information are at Universal Studios Hollywood.com, or you can scan the QR code here in the exit area at the digital studio directory. Make sure you got everything. You don't want to leave anything on board the tram. Wait for them to open the gates and then watch your step as you exit. On behalf of Titus, myself, Heather, and all of us here at the tour, thank you for joining